This is Nick Hansen from Home Hazard Prevention, showing you today how to prevent some common household accidents and how they may affect you and the children in your household. A common injury with children is smashed fingers and doors. Some scary statistics are that doors can shut with a force of 40 pounds of pressure per square inch, which is enough to damage, maim, or even remove a finger or multiple fingers from young hands. One simple way to prevent that from happening is to use this product here. This is a simple foam-shaped wedge that you can put around the edge of a door to help prevent it from shutting all the way. We're going to go ahead and demonstrate that now. Some important things to keep in mind is you want to keep this high enough so that children cannot remove it themselves, which would then defeat the purpose. This very simplistic device goes on the edge of the door and shuts like this, and you can see how it leaves about a 1-inch gap so you can easily have enough room and not smash your fingers. One thing you want to keep in mind is that this is removable. In the event you need to, you can take it off to shut a door, and we always recommend keeping it on the door latch itself, or the handle, so you can shut the door. But you need to remember that when you have the door open and you do not want to have fingers smashed, take it back off. You can put it up high enough so a child cannot reach it. And also, you can put it up high, about 6 to 8 inches on the top of the door, so it's out of the way. You cannot see it, so it's not a physical distraction or visual distraction, and it still provides the same safety features. Now we're going to address the hinge side of the door, which poses the same problems of smashed or removed fingers. One product that we really like here is an active feature that you can use there as a barrier to prevent fingers from getting smashed. This is a simple Lexan plastic which screws into the door and the frame side of your door. It also covers the hinge side so a finger cannot be put in there and smashed. And this side looks like an accordion. It unfolds, and if you stick your finger in there, it physically pushes it out, preventing any entrapment of your fingers. This product works well. It's always on duty. You don't have to worry about moving it, removing it. Is it there? Has it been lost or damaged or broken? It's always there. And one thing that I like about it is that it can be painted to match the features of your house. So this is how the product looks when it is mounted flush on a wall. You have one side that screws into the frame, one side that screws into the door, and this would be an example where the door is shut. When the door is open, you can see it accordions out, taking up minimal space in the corner and preventing any unwanted fingers or objects from being stuck in the hinge. When you shut it again, it physically pushes fingers out and close smoothly with no risk of injury to life or limb. Here we are in an average kid's play environment, and this happens to be a nursery. There are some common hazards in here, just as there are in your house, that you need to be aware of. One immediate danger for kids that's typically low enough for them to get into is electrical plugs and covers. We have these barriers here which prevent any fingers or metal or plastic objects from being inserted as a physical barrier until mom or dad is ready to use it. These are always working, always on guard, so nothing can be inserted in there. You don't have to worry about your children being electrocuted when you are or are not present. Another common area of concern would be cupboards in your household, whether you have poisons in there, silverware, sharp objects, or other items you do not want your children to get on, crawl in, or under, or through. A simple way to prevent that from happening is to use these cupboard latches here. I've already installed this on here, and this is in the unlocked position, so you can take this off. Mom and Dad can get in here as needed. The simple way for it to work is you can see it has a color-coded here unlock button. Press these together, being sure to hit this guide here on the right side until it shows a locked position. This way this is locked, you cannot pull it open. A child cannot open here and get in whatever's in the contents of those cupboards. The simple way to close it, to remove it, for an adult is to press this open and it unlocks just that simply. So again, this is unlocked and open. This is fully secured, so nobody can get in there without mom and dad's approval. Next, we're going to move to some common hazards around the household, and here's a great example of a fall injury. You have a wrapped electrical cord here hanging from the wall, and this is very common in many situations. Children could get in here looking for some toys that might be in the basket or just playing around, and they could easily slip their head in here and fall and choke themselves, a strangulation hazard, or they could also pull on this, pulling the TV off leading to a potentially fatal injury, which is something we all want to avoid. Also around the corners in here, you want to be extra careful. You can see how these are sharp at a 90-degree angle. You can easily smash a head, arm, leg on there and injure yourself or your child. There's some simple techniques you can use to prevent that from happening. One would be to round it when you're installing it, which may not look aesthetically pleasing. But you can also get pre-manufactured bumper guards to put on here. And we're not going to stick it on there, but you just remove this white tape on here. It has double-sided tape. Stick it on there so it cannot be removed. They come of different sizes, colors, so you can encompass the whole corner and make it safely. Now it's soft corner for any heads that might come on there. You also want to pay special attention to the bottom side here. This is elevated a few inches off the floor, but children spend all their time on the floor playing with toys and other products. So I would recommend that you install the same thing on the underside here, protecting as much of the surface area as you can. They also make bumper guards that are pre-manufactured to go around coffee tables, kitchen tables, chairs, and other objects. What you really want to aim for is preventing any accidents from occurring before they do, and you can do that by being proactive in installing these features. Another common feature is having exposed wiring in your house as far as electrical cords, extension cords, running from your TV to outlets, fans, light switches, so on and so forth. A good way to prevent that from happening and little fingers from getting in there when you're not wanting to is to install these simple wire guards, which prevent kids from getting in here and pets as well from chewing on these cords. You can see it's a hard plastic that's rounded. There's no sharp edges on there that you can stick your cords in, prevent them from any tampering. These are also paintable, so you can paint them to your wall. You can get they come with tacks. You can tack them to the wall so they're out of sight, out of mind. You know that no animals or pets or kids are going to get in there. And as always, when you have an extension cord or an outlet that's not in use, that can be a danger for little fingers or metallic objects to be stuck in there. An electrocution hazard can arise. One way to prevent that, such as this, is to use your approved electrical cover caps, stick it in there, make sure it's snug, and now no unwanted objects can go in there. Every house in America has at least one window in it, and there are some common hazards that you can find in there. If they have draw blinds, you have these cords here, which is a strangulation hazard. No matter how high the window is, how low it is, or where it's located in your house, a child can get into it, strangle themselves, and which will lead to loss of life, which would be unfortunate in the event that it would happen. There's some simple ways that you can prevent this from happening. One would be to install a simple wind-up on the cord, which you can install yourself in a matter of seconds. Twist clockwise. You can see how it's shortening the cord here. And what that does is raise the cord high enough so an average sized child cannot reach up and pull down on this when the window is being used or not being used, or a child is being supervised or unsupervised. This is a very good active feature which will prevent loss of life and injury to you and your kids.
And action.
This product comes in two simple pieces, and you can install it yourself in a matter of seconds. What you want to do is orient this to the cord, so you run the cord through here, both cords at one time. Then orient this here, so you have the cord through there, you catch the middle portion, and the cord through the bottom side as well. So you can see how it goes straight through there. Click this shut till you hear it shut and it does not come apart easily. Then hold the back side, turn in a clockwise fashion to raise the cord and wind it up. This does not impede on raising or lowering the blinds if you've installed it correctly. And if you do need a longer cord on the blind, simply hold the back, wind it in a counterclockwise fashion to lengthen the cord. So again, clockwise to shorten the cord and reduce the hazard of strangulation, while not impeding the ability to raise or lower the blind itself.
Alright, let me get more.
Again, a product like this can be found at any safety store. There's a link on my website, and a pack of 2 costs roughly $2, which is well worth the cost to prevent injury and loss of life to your loved ones.